Okay, we're back. All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are jumping back in. I think I discovered something that I didn't see yesterday, so we'll go ahead and start there. We're back into, oh my goodness, we're back in the shattered space, and we're with Nova Blaze. I got Lyria here with me. Um, hey, just real quick, little housekeeping. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Like if you want to see more of these, subscribe if you want to see more of these, and comment if you have any input or anything that you think I could do better or anything you like to see. Also, I'm open for game suggestions. What games do we want to see? What do we want to see, on the channel? Some part of me wants to go back, and as much as I am not happy with the writing, the ending of Cyberpunk, I wouldn't mind going back and doing Cyberpunk again. Also, Baldur's Gate 3 is, I did play it for a while until Starfield came out, and I've been playing Starfield ever since. So that tells you where they rank for me, but I might not mind playing Baldur's Gate 3 again. So just let me know, what games do you think might be a good one to throw in on the channel. Just remember, Dragon Age, the Veilguard, is going to be something I am going to play when that comes available. So that'll be at the end of this month. So I can't wait. All right, so let's get back in here and let's figure out how to get into that room. Okay, are you really blocking me right now? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is back there. So what I didn't notice yesterday was this, and I don't know how I missed it, but holy cow. So maybe this is our way. Maybe this is the way. So we'll see. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. All right. Uh, I think that little switch over there, right there, is what we want to get to. I just got to check everything here. Okay. Nope. What I'm trying to do is defeat my loot demons, and I'm failing miserably with that. It's like I just feel like the next locker, next chest, next, storage box, storage crate is just going to have the thing, the item, the one item that I've been wanting to loot all along. Okay, we're probably going to get attacked in here somewhere. So we need to be prepared for that. Is this like nothing but trash? This looks like my house. Oh my goodness. Oh, 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 oh. Did we see something there that something? You see what I'm saying? My loot demons will not let me just go past just because a name popped. It's like, do I really need that piece? Oh God. I have to find an emergency power cell. Usually they're right there with it, but everything's floating around. Where was it? There it is. Oh, come on. Get to it. All right. Uh, oh shoot. Now hit the switch. Uh-oh, I'm about to get crushed. Oh, okay. All the trash was coming this way. I was like, uh-oh, I'm about to get crushed by the trash. All right.
This damn controls! Why will they not respond to me?
Due to safety protocol 12.5, gravity has been disabled for energy conservation. We are enabling
Warning.
gravity.
Gravity procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Restoring gravity in three,
Two,
two,
one.
one.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. It just, I love gravity. Okay. That whole weightlessness thing just was not doing it for me. Um, yeah. So give me some gravity. All right, we're not running into that. I think I need to hit this. Trust me, I'm just hitting buttons, not knowing. Okay, so that was our what's name thing. All right, so I think we need to go back down to the other computer, right? Right. Um, oh God, can I go out the door? Okay. Yep. All right, here we go. And then got to get used to gravity again because it's a real thing. Oh, get off of there. Get off of there. Where's my little boost pack, man? All right. Where'd she come from? Nadine's log. All right. You see, I like, okay. Before we hit that, we have got a couple of logs. We'll hit, okay, I gotta look further back for that. But as I write this, there are three of us left: Sirac, Basira, and myself. We have all accepted the inevitable that either we're destined to fall victim to these vortex phantoms, as Sarah calls them, or we're destined to become them. I pray it's the latter. One final step into the unknown. The moral aspect of me fears the change, but the scientific aspect hopes to embrace it. To my fellow scientists and loved ones, do not mourn me. Know that I bore witness to unimaginable things here. My only regret is not having the tools to properly study them. But as I said, death is upon me, and all mysteries are soon to be solved. Um, we're just going to go back down here because there is another log, Basira's log. Great Serpent, there are so few of us left, and while I have spent my entire life in devotion to you, I find myself afraid of death, of what's to come. Perhaps we are the cliche, delving too deep into things better left unknown, paying the price for trying to glimpse too much. Forgive us our curiosity, our selfishness, our pride. We only wish to truly find you, but it seems we will still meet in the traditional way, in death. I think that is. I think this one is another one. I'm writing this in what may be my final moments because Basir thought it might ease my mind, but I believe that is an impossibility given the circumstances. After arguing with her for longer than I would like to admit, here I am, writing regardless. I believe I've come to accept my impending death. Perhaps my greater faith in the great serpent allows for this. My colleague, Emerson, has succumbed to his weakness and retreated to crew quarters. You would think our chief of engineering would have a greater resolve. It is a good thing I am no warden, only a lowly scientist. Unlike many, I have no friends or family that will miss me, and the feeling is mutual. My one regret is not having the chance to complete the path of redemption one last time. Now that I have written some, I know for a fact that I feel no better. I will, however, take great pleasure in telling Basira she was wrong. What an awful person. Yeah, excuse me. Okay, I think Nadine, we just read Nadine's log. And yeah, those were the voice. Yep. All right. So yeah, now we're caught up. Okay. All right. So we are good there. Oh, I wanted to check something real quick here. Let's see. All right. So I want to look at. All right. Yep. Still broken. Why do I say it's still broken? Because the rest of the helmet is not there. Uh, yeah, and I did. I reinstalled, uninstalled, reinstalled. That was a very fun exercise. So, do I recommend playing this game? Well, you know what? I will tell you I love the game. What I and it's unfortunate that that they just haven't figured it out yet, right? And then, but I think it comes into the whole, you know, the creation kit process and everything like that, and wanting to make it so that the game can be modded. Do I feel like sometimes though we take things for granted, and sometimes we get a little complacent, a little lazy. Um, and what we do is when we develop things like this, where you can go and create mods that will fix and repair some of the things that we are a little short-sighted on, or just don't have time to do ourselves, or not just, say, okay, well, we'll just leave it to the modders. And I feel like that happens way too often. And then so what you end up with is a product that could have been better had you cooked it a little bit better, and not just solely rely on the modders. And then I got to tell you real quick. So a lot of people, when it first came out, when Starfield first came out, the biggest complaint was the vastness of nothing, right? That how much nothing there was out there, right? And to me it was not. To me it was opportunity. And when I go out there, it's opportunity for my imagination. And so my imagination takes over, and when I'm on a planet, I'm doing all kinds of things, and I can spend hours on a planet, with and then the creation of mods and the creation kit and mods come in, and then there's one mod that increases the density of POIs. And then all of a sudden, now you land on a planet, instead of like maybe there'd be 3 or 4 or 5 POIs, now there's 10 or 15. And all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, I can't even begin to check all these out in just this one zone that I landed in. And then you just take off and land in another zone, and it's again and again. So is it a is there this huge vastness of nothing? Not really. And then, but is that wrong of BGS to say, hey, or Bethesda to say, hey, we'll leave it to the modders to add in more content for our players? And I'm going to say yes, it is. Giving the modders the ability to add in content for you is awesome. Great, do it, but don't rely on it, and don't give out a product that where people who don't trust mods, or just doesn't want to go through the trouble of trying to add mods, or people who don't want to find themselves in the situation that I find myself in right now, not knowing what mods could have broken my game, or and it's not broken, but there could be a mod that's conflicting with another and causing the game to not act the way it should. And so don't just solely rely on that. Put out a finished product, and then allow modders to add stuff that just only enhances the game. Okay? But not fix, or, you know, make your game you know what I mean? Enhancing the game is one thing, but actually fixing your game and making the game the way it should have been is unacceptable, right? And so that's where I fall a little short. Me playing this game, I stopped playing for a while from with the original version as it was, until one of the first updates, and then the creations came about. right? But right at the beginning, you could actually mod the game, and that's what I had done. Um, there's a couple of mods you can put in, on PC that you couldn't with Xbox or yeah, on console. So, but once the console had the creation kit, then all of a sudden I found myself way back into it all over again, playing like crazy, and you know when most of my hours came about. I'm over 1,250 hours in the game, and I want to say that probably about 800 of those have been since the creation kit came public. Was became available on Xbox. So yes, I play the majority on Xbox. I went away from PC because every time the stupid game updates, you got to wait for the SKSE to well, actually the SFSE. SKSE is Skyrim, but you got to wait for the script extender to get updated and other mods. So every update breaks the mods, and then you have to wait for them to get updated for the new. And then it's just annoying after a while, and it's like, yeah, whatever. And then with creation kits, you were hoping it's not really the same, but they do get updated as well. The trick is, well, maybe you shouldn't play with so many creations. And you're right. That's the key right there, right? It's fine the base creations that really enhance the game for you and only go with them. And but the problem is I like a lot of the clothing aesthetics that so those are big, huge ones that add to the game. And one of them is probably so my theory is either I've maximized the amount of mods that I've the not the amount, not the number, but the actual size, right? File size for total mods. I've either maximized that and it's conflicting with the game, right? Because the game is huge itself and or I've found or I've added a mod in that's just conflicting with something to do with the security uniforms, right? So one or the other. And then it's just a matter of figuring that out. Okay, so we're going to reconnect the secondary battery cell. Yeah, we're going to confirm that. And then we got to head to the operations center.
Power cell connected. Report to operations for system reboot.
Where's operations? We're going to get attacked going to operations. It's over there. It's over there. It's right there. Okay. This was inaccessible before.
The vortex phantoms. Where did they go? Something is wrong.
Oh, this is going to be a fight.
I have to hold.
Not just him. It's going to be more. Where's the rest of them? Come on.
One, bad guy zero.
Is he still there? Because she's still shooting there.
Did he just pull a vanishing act?
Yes, he did. You see him? There he is. All right.
This is like chopping wood way more exciting.
You think? I'm not having a lot of fun. I usually have fun when I. Nope. Nope. I can't say that either. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. God dang it. Oh, wrong button. Did they just die? Oh, they did. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Did she take them out? I would have appreciated that. Now, you would think with the music still going, I would be responsible and keep looking for phantoms to kill. Maybe there was only three of them. Yes, and then in my reinstalling everything, yes, I still forgot to put the immersive looting mod back on. All right, so that's the operations lab computer. All right, that's the main one. So that's the one we need for sure. So right off the bat, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check this one. All right, experiment dash 10. Initial test to utilize grav technology to open a sustained bubble have failed. We were hoping the ability to test in a true zero G environment may provide more insight, but so far our data has failed to show any promising leads. Okay, several attempts with the same failed results. There was no evidence of any prolonged amount of time when an object jumps from point A to point B. A series of adjustments to our theoretical equation will be necessary. It will take some time to reconstruct a working algorithm. Another failure. Under our newest calculations, we discovered the Oracle may be unable to allot sufficient power to our laboratory test bed without needing to cut off necessary utilities. We have received permission to move forward with engineering project ID 79 354, which Dr. Basovic believes will give us the power we need to conduct a successful experiment. Roger that. Okay, let's see. Did we get everything? Yep, we got everything. You alright, girl? All right. Oh, I was getting very low. All right. Put the weapon away for what's about to come. Let's do it. Wait, let me heal up a little bit. I really should do this. I don't know why I haven't. How many I got? I got six of those. How many red snakes? Snake oil. Yeah, I don't need the paramour right now. So we'll take one of those. All right. So here's going to be the big test. We're going to see what things look like when we get around enough more people and see if the issue has been resolved. And if it's way off or way too bad, then we're going to have to probably shut it down and figure something out. Okay, here we go. Reboot.
Mainframe reboot initiated. Commencing protocol. Station lockdown completed. All major systems on standby. Mainframe reboot completed. Warning. Station jump procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Jump in 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Yeah. Whoops.
Jump completed. Station lockdown released. Initiating data
Nice.
transfer.
You know what? Oh, frick. Let me check something real quick here. Okay. They did hold. Okay. I know. You saw that. I saw that. I know what I did. You can.
Incoming transmission.
This is Dasra calling the Oracle station. We've received your transmission. Your orders are to send a representative down here immediately. It appears we have much to discuss.
Can we make it jump again? Maintenance reports. Connection refused. All right. Fine. Be that way. All right. So here we go. uh, no, I'm not too worried about anybody else on there. I'm trying to get past my whole loot thing. All right, I'm not sure what I want to do. If I want to, what am I looking at? I got discombobulated here. All right, so that's the Oracle. We just came out of the Oracle. Uh, I see it. You can't help myself. Can't help myself. Whoa! Ow! I didn't think it was that big of a jump. You know what? It might have been better to go down there or come down here. Um. Oh, hey, somebody's there. Um. Yeah, to come down here when there was no gravity. Wait, did I just pass? I did not. Okay. Whoops. All right, see now there's two bodies. And we can always use more med packs, especially since they don't weigh anything. And if I'm not mistaken, I did check everything in here. Apparently not, because or not very well, because hey, but it's much easier with gravity. Okay, so I did take that. I don't need that. Mhm. Yep, we'll take it. All right, that's not us. This is us, and we did check all those. Get away from that accursed station. And there it is, Varun Kai. Now, in this playthrough, I have not met or gotten to the point where I have Andrasia. So I'm not going to. I'm not worried about that. Because what I am kind of very interested in, and here's the thing for me, is what they do, and you'll see it. And then once I'll talk about it once it happens. It's better to have something just happen and we talk about it organically than me to spoil anything.
I say we upgrade the blasters to shoot confetti at least once. It'll confuse the enemies.
Air feels so alive.
Hold very still and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live. You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place. But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
Well, clearly something went wrong. Um,
It was deemed necessary at the time. We will reevaluate that decision in light of what has happened. Boris, I think we need not fear our gas. Perhaps, in this time of need, the Great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
I do not disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the
excuse me.
timing is curious.
Very.
And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action.
I'm gonna say, yeah, your ship brought me here, or your station brought me here. It jumped while my ship was docked.
We received the automated transmission, but you are certainly not who we expected to find.
Great Serpent,
It's happening again.
hear me.
Speaker, we are here!
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you. Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness. I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. Great Serpent, your children cry out to you. Will you not answer us?
Okay,
Our leader, Anasko Varun, he has appeared like this over and over.
not what I expected.
So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile and lash out. Anasko is different. If only we could hear his voice, some reassurance that all is not lost. You could hear him. Despite the sightings, none have heard the word from Anasko in all this time, yet you claim to.
Mm-hmm.
Do not toy with me. Not about this. If you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say?
Well, I know what I need to say,
I, the serpent.
which is what I needed to say.
No beyond this city. Truly, you did hear an Asco. You have been chosen. People of House Varun, hear me. We have asked the Great Serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us. This outsider has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the Great Serpent's divine provenance, and she will help save us all. Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us. But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be
Here
obeyed.
it comes.
Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Varun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will also remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Varun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised?
See, right there, and that actually seems to be the big trigger there for a lot of people. It's okay, so now I have to become Varun, right? I have to become one of the promise.
Well, efforts to do something, anything about our current dilemma have fallen to political infighting. I believe your arrival, if nothing else, represents a sign from the Great Serpent himself that we must finally put aside our differences and work together. It must be ordained that you would appear before us now, able to hear the speaker when no one else can.
So a lot of people don't like the fact that it's forcing you to do that. My argument there is all of the major quest lines require you to join that faction, right? Freestar Collective, right? You have to become a deputy. The Crimson Fleet, you have to become a pirate. The UC citizenship one, you have to become a member of the UC Vanguard, and then become a member of the UC. Once your citizenship is granted. So this is just following suit with all the rest of the major quest lines, making you become
Was there
one of the
something
promised.
else?
No, I just
We, the people of House Varun, are the promised. The Great Serpent has blessed us with knowledge of the future and our place in it. Our service to him guarantees us a place in the new worlds he will create when he returns to enshroud the universe.
you or
A
your
greater gift could not be
descendants.
bestowed upon you.
So your people are always trying to kill me. Why would I help you?
You must mean the Zealots. I assure you, they do not represent House Varun. We do not engage with the settled systems. They would attack us just as soon as you or anyone else. And they would certainly never extend an offer to join them, as I do now in this time of desperation. So, will you?
All right, just tell me where we begin. And then the reason I'm saying yes is because I said yes to being a pirate, right? Now the UC citizenship one, yeah, I didn't mind being part of the Vanguard. And the deputy, I wouldn't have done the deputy line if I didn't want to be, or haven't done that one yet, but I've done it many times. I haven't done that one with this character, and I will do it with this character. So I have no troubles. So this, I'm just saying yes. I mean, it's not like all of a sudden I'm a devoted follower of House Varun. I'm just saying yes, I will do this to help you.
There are other. Excellent. Please, come with me. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Malibor Dulkev, a member of the High Council of House Varun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed. I would ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizens of Dasra. They are not used to outsiders. Open the gate! Must temper what I reveal for now, but surely you saw the scaled citadel as you arrived. It was the center of explosion of sorts that has annihilated most of our city. We have lost many of our brothers and sisters. I believe we are still in danger. Counselor, what is the meaning of this? Is there a problem, Makula? The city is in shambles. The speaker is missing, and here you are leading some outsider through our sacred space? Why allow this husk to defile our city? Have we not lost enough? Have faith. I believe this outsider was guided here by the great serpent himself. Soon, serpent willing, they will be one of us. But I can be sure and pass your concerns on to the rest of the High Council, if you wish. I apologize for the interruption. There is a ritual intended for converts to the promised. It has not been performed in generations. We are fortunate that there are those still alive who remember the old ways and have remained prepared for such a moment as this. Herald Inaza, I suspected we might find you here waiting.
I saw the ship landing. I knew immediately that I would be needed.
Indeed, you are. This is Inaza Kaisia, Herald of the Serpent. She will guide you through the ritual. I am needed elsewhere, but I assure you that you are in good hands. Herald Inaza will show you the way. You mean, of course, the morning, a crucial part of our history. It is the very ship that delivered Jinan Varun to this moon generations ago. It is, in fact, the ship upon which Jinan first made contact with the Great Serpent. I have always found it comforting to look up and see it. Its presence is a constant connection to our shared history, a reminder of the chain of events that led to us being here today.
All right, so let's get a little bit more information about Anaska.
He has led House Varun since the death of his father Jarek. He is determined to return House Varun to glory. He believed he was on the cusp of realizing that goal, and now, well, you have seen him. I should perhaps not speak too much of it, but there has been concern that he was lost to us. Your interaction with him gives me hope. If you can hear him, he is not beyond rescue.
What about his mental state, though? And how long has this guy been on the High Council?
Not long, though it feels like an eternity. Jamal and I had only been a part of the council for maybe a year before all this, and we were only ever in subordinate roles. It has been quite a challenge to accept this new level of responsibility. Lovek, on the other hand, has served on the council for quite a long time. He rarely lets us forget it.
Hmm. I know the type. All right, what exactly does I don't really want to know.
That depends a great deal on who you ask. Generations ago, we made a decision to pull back from the settled systems. Some amongst us saw that as a mistake, an abandonment of House Varun's true calling. The schism within our people grew until some took it upon themselves to leave, declare themselves the true descendants of Jinan Varun. They are, of course, factually wrong and incredibly misguided.
Mm, true, true. All right, well, I think that's all I need. Thank you.
So, the great serpent sends you to me. No husk that walk the serpent's path. To enter this sacred cave, there is no turning back. You will be forever changed.
Hmm.
This is a path you must walk of your own free will, alone. Will you step forward and emerge anointed, one of the promised?
Mm. All right, first, why did you call me a husk?
You have not been filled with purpose by the great serpent,
Which
so
is
you're
kind of
merely a
actually
husk.
cool.
But perhaps not for long.
Um, why am I doing this?
Those born to House Faroon spend every day surrounded by our history. The rituals that separate us from the husks happen naturally over time. You have not experienced that. Those who have not answered the serpent's call cannot coexist with House Faroon. And so, if you are to aid us in our time of need, you must become one of the promised.
Hmm. What's in the cave?
A lesson, a test, a moment for the great serpent to reach out and fill you with something more than what you have been.
All right, I'm ready.
Then enter, and I shall guide you along the serpent's path. For this is a journey you must undertake alone. Your escort cannot follow.
It is also interesting that they don't make my escort become one of the promised either. This is where I get it. This is where I get snuffed.
You must walk the path. I am merely here to guide you along your way. The path lies before you, but it is up to you to walk it.
Why is no one else converted in so long?
A difficult question. The original converts were accepted in the years after House Faroon first made contact with the settled systems. Once the Serpent's Crusade began, there were fears that anyone from the outside could be spies, infiltrators. And after the Crusade, few were eager to join. When Jinan Varun's son Jarek took power, we pulled back, rejected contact with non believers. We removed any avenues for converts to find us. But there were those among us who hoped that one day we might help others see the light of the great serpent's teachings. And if we can survive our current situation, your presence here now might sway opinions on future converts.
Really interesting. And you're a herald,
I am. I carry on the traditions that Jinan Varun began and maintain our people's connection to the
like
great
the herald of
serpent.
Andraste.
I and others like me look after the temples and offer guidance to those who need it. And now, it seems I am called upon to help the serpent's call fill a new vessel. Truly, I am blessed.
All right, tell me more about this house, Varun.
The Serpent's Path will tell you what you need to know for now. After that, the council awaits. After that, I will be at the temple as I always am, and I will offer counsel as I would to any of the promised.
What is this,
It
Gabe?
served more than one purpose for our people over the generations. For a brief time, it was home. But then, in his wisdom, Jinan Varun saw fit to turn it into a way for those outside House Varun to begin to learn, to join us in following the Great Serpent. That ended after the Serpent's Crusade. It feels right to see it used again now, in our time of need.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. All right.
Farewell.
I was like, what caused you to stop taking on converts? But it makes sense. When you gotta Once you declare war on the rest of the settled systems, yeah, what converts are you gonna bring on board, huh?
Before House Varun, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path.
This is kind of like a low res version of the UC Hall of whatever, Vanguard Hall.
One particular colony ship housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated, individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice.
Oh, okay.
But Jinan encountered the great serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them.
I mean, this is kind of cool.
They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Varun was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back.
What am I? Oh, sacrifice. Ah, yeah, I'm a little encumbered. I know it's worth 20K. Just want to see what's around here. It's pretty chill.
The people's hopes and fears and dreams were entrusted to the great serpent. They made the leap of faith that brought House Varun to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the great serpent, and he will embrace you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that, but that was cool. Would not have made it though without the jetpack though. The boost pack.
The people of House Pharaoh settled this world, at first in these very caves. Shinan Varun himself slept among them in these shelters. It was here that he spread the word of the serpent. It was here that the people of House Varun first understood the truth of their place in the universe.
I'm gonna be encumbered by the time over encumbered by the time I leave this cave. If you're gonna leave gifts like this just laying around for me to collect, I don't need a gray labor suit. Okay, this is cool. This is the way. I like that they give you this option here, but to enhance stuff, but maybe they didn't really give it to you. It's just that this is where they lived when they first got here. So of course, let's see if they got any grub left in the fridge. Like nothing. Come on, guys, you didn't leave me nothing. Now that's kind of selfish. Seriously, that's a little selfish. You got to have something for all the prospective uh, converts. See, I got to go in here and cook up something myself. I'm gonna cook up some boba. Oh, only one. That's all I got enough for. All right, let's cook up a sandwich. All right, at least I can get three of those. Because I think I'm gonna be here a while, so I need to have make sure I have enough food. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. You left me something. You left me something. Not much, but something. Okay. Okay, I'm still on track. Just have to go check this out.
And it was here that the people of House Faroon first understood the truth of the shrouding, the great serpent's return.
All right.
He will encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too will do well to feel that solace amidst the pain.
All right, I'll be right there. It's just that you guys left loot laying around and you didn't put the stolen marker on it. So that means you left it for me. All right, I gotta go down here and figure out what I wasn't even listening to what she said. Oh, poisoned water. Meditate in the poison water. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. It's gonna make me do something here. Is that it? Okay.
Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the great serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return. Make now a sacrifice to prove your devotion. And remember, whether in life or in death, all must serve.
Oh, come on. The fact that I had to use up like 12 shots to take that guy down, come on. All right, can I loot them? I sure can. All right. That was a major sacrifice. Yes, you're right. Okay, which way do I go? Okay, so now we got to hit the ritual chamber. We'll see what
Let
happens.
us begin the final ritual.
Oh, goodness.
While none since Jinan Varun have stood before the great serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Varun's connection to the Great Serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the Great Serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
What if I get it wrong? I'm going to fall and break my neck because you got the whole drugged out thing going on there. Oh, look, Lyria's right there waiting on me.
And so you arise, one of the promised of House Varun. Did you feel the great serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew?
All must serve. I exist only to serve the great serpent, and I've shrank because of the drugs.
Your devotion and strength will bring glory to the great serpent and to House Varun. I grant you the title of Harbinger. All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the grand ship morning, jewel of the Varun fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the great serpent. All must serve.
Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that, okay, the serpent's path. Which way do I want to go? I think I want to go this way, outside. Was I just here? Um, how did I get all the way back there? Did you just, you, how did I get all the way back there?
You have walked the path, and now may walk the land the promised.
Where,
Yes, its final resting place is directly above, very near where it first set down on this moon. It was Jinan Varun's guidance that led us to this precise spot where he knew there would be temporary shelter waiting. And after the serpent's crusade, when the morning was damaged and would fly no more, it was only fitting that it return to this location.
what happens
You
now?
are promised. You are one of us. All should treat you as an equal.
Mm. Let's just say it's an honor.
As the first converts in a very long time, It is a very particular honor at that. For the moment, the Council is awaiting your arrival.
All right.
Let the Great Serpent forever guide you.
Yeah. Hail Caesar. Um. So what I was thinking was if you chose, I think the combination of the two statues you choose, like I chose strength and devotion. And when I came out, it she called me Harbinger. Previously, with a different character, I chose strength and um perseverance, and she called me Vindicator. So I'm kind of, ooh, I mean, yes, please. I don't mind if I do. It is so nice of them to have gifts waiting for me. But so I'm kind of thinking that what you select will change. I wonder what's through that door. Yeah, of course. I think I just got rid of my cutter, which I did not want to do. Oh, nope, there it is. Titanium cutter. Yes, I tricked out my cutter, but I made it weigh only zero point 0.2 mass. So when I carry it, it doesn't impact me much. I don't need that one or that one. All right, so the regular helmets are actually working just fine. Look at the Varun Zealot helmet. Yeah, it's pretty chill. It's this one and this is a new one that's added. Look at that one. That one works just fine. Just fine. I might be switching it off. Okay, I know we're carrying around a lot of stuff that I don't need. Hmm, what is this? Oh, guard helmet. What's the guard uniform look like? Lab outfit. Okay. Resources. Yeah. Um, all right, the ammo. Yep, ammo is the one that should be weighing us down. All right. Let's just check this out real quick here. Can't get in there, so we'll go the only way that's available. Ooh. Oh, the surf. Oh, okay. We have to go to the morning ship. I was going to say, oh, we go check out the morning ship, but this is the only place we were allowed because the Serpent's Path was where we just came from. All right, let's go talk to these guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. I don't need.
Something I can do for you?
No, nothing. The Herald in Naza has brought to my attention a disturbing matter. There has been discussion of eliminating the funding to maintain and preserve the Serpent's Path in the latest proposed budget. I find this surprising given the paltry amount requested and the significance of the location. It should be enough that the cave is a key piece of our shared heritage. Were it not for those caves, none of us would be here today. But if all goes to plan, in the coming months, we may be able to thank the Great Serpent himself for a new wave of recruits to our cause. The Serpent's Path may yet again be needed for its original purpose. I am confident that the Council will make the right decision, and if the funding cannot be secured, I would be more than happy to personally take a closer look at the budget to see what areas might be trimmed in order to free up funds. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a nice little hey, fund this or I will find or I'll take it out of your pay. Or I'll cut it from other places where you want it. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of surprises me because the guy that we saw, granted he wasn't in his normal state, but just the way he sounded didn't sound like he was that ballsy. All right, here we go. As per the Council's request, an assessment of House Varun operations in the aftermath of the Citadel incident follows. All structures in the immediate vicinity of the scaled Citadel are gone, including the halls of authority. All major ministry operations have relocated and are operating off of record backups and emergency supplies funding. Administrative personnel losses are still being totaled. Most key figures were present in the Citadel at the time of the incident and are presumed missing or dead. Science team hit the hardest, notable exception of Ekris Kassir on leave. Military and security forces heavily affected. Minimal personnel presence is being maintained within Dazra, with personnel being reassigned from outlying areas. Rumors of mass desertions are being actively countered. Supply chain disruptions have drained already low reserves. Ministry of Commerce is attempting to compensate by establishing new connections, but time delay will exacerbate already low stockpiles. Okay, now that we've done that, yeah, no, we won't speak with you yet. We're gonna talk to we're gonna talk to Big Dog if you are willing. Um,
Welcome,
yeah.
Harbinger. You
Hello.
stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Anasco Varun. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people. I represent House Dulkef. Jamal is from House Kadik. And we are joined by Lovek of House Vital. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Anasco Varun, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope.
Huh.
Collectively, we unite under the banner of House Varun, pledged to follow Jinan Varun and his descendants. But our society is not a monolith. Jinan, in his wisdom, shepherded the first of us into families that we might grow and prosper. Our three families have for generations now helped to govern the people of House Varun and offer counsel to our leader.
Okay. Well, someone needs to actually start explaining some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. Until you were one of us, we could not trust you.
By all means, Malabor. I can't wait to see how you spin this.
Please, can we just for a moment?
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Baroon since before any of us were born? A bit late on that, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
You were not there. You did not see Anasco. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time.
You're correct. I was not there because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own and then decided this on your own.
Where were you when he went
Do
to the
not waste time
spaceport?
with more bickering.
Should have
Anasco
been
and by
around.
extension House Faroon suffers with every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malibor, do go on.
Anasco Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Anasco wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent, and so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted on the matter and do not know the full motive.
The point is that a series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the scaled citadel at the time.
Had we been, we wouldn't be standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
A great tide of energy emanated from the scaled citadel and swept across Dasra. Much was destroyed in its wake. Those caught in the blast have been left in a state of confusion, trapped halfway between our universe and the vortex. The citadel itself remains in such a state, right there and yet beyond our reach. We can only assume that the experiment is still running, somehow preventing us from entering the citadel. We cannot get in, so we cannot stop it. We were beginning to lose hope before you arrived.
Here I am to save the day. Uh, how long ago?
It has only been a few weeks. There had been efforts to put together some kind of response, some plan, but they had fallen apart.
Mm-hmm. And the vortex, what is that exactly?
Forgive me, I am no scientist, but as it has been explained to me, what we call the vortex is the space between universes.
No, I like it. Kind of like the veil, the vortex. I got you. I got you. Now tell me how I'm fitting in all this.
Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that he can still be saved. A plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. Clearly, it is time to move forward with it. The current head of our science team, Ekris, should be in Jinan Plaza down below us, towards the Citadel. Tell him about your experience with Anasco, and that work on the morning device must proceed.
All right, I'm just not sure that we want to save somebody that blew up his whole city. But if you guys, that's the route you want to take, okay. Um, I'm gonna
I
talk.
see you.
Yeah, can I talk to you?
Yes? Did you require something?
Oh, but I can read this. As per the Council's request, an assessment of Ministry of State Operations. Ministry operations temporarily transferred to keep in light of loss of both halls of authority and House Vithal residents. Military security personnel recalled from many non-critical operations outside the city in order to bolster coverage for Dasra. Ongoing threat assessment of phantom phenomena. Uh, Tactics being adjusted to compensate. Additional security measures enacted in key locations as necessary. Significant operations underway to reassure public that the incident was isolated and they will be safe. Increase noted in public displays of opposition and defiance. Agitators have been detained and or removed as necessary. Oh my goodness, low key, they killing the protesters. Mm,
Yes?
where have we seen that before? So the High Council runs the houses under Varun. You seem unhappy. I was allowed to become part of the House Varun.
Don't take it personally. We have been through so much these last few weeks. The council is attempting to claw back some semblance of order from the chaos, steer things past this somehow. And then Malibor goes and throws you into the middle of all this without even consulting us. It's just one more breach of a protocol that barely exists anymore. I am over it, I assure you. It is good to have you with us, and we are finally moving forward.
Oh, sound like a politician to me. So the High Council runs the houses under Varun.
No, it's complicated.
Yes, it is.
Jinan Varun himself established the rules. Let me see if I can make it easy for you. The Speaker has supreme authority. He is the voice of the Great Serpent. The houses each handle some function of daily life and are individually run by the elder of the house. Each of the houses also appoints a mediary to the High Council to inform and advise the Speaker. It's a separate position from the elder, with a lesser degree of authority and prestige.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Now is hardly the time to be entertaining such thoughts.
Yeah, all right. Got it. Makes sense.
So you must have a head for politics, or you're good at pretending.
Mm,
Either way, you will fit right in here.
you do realize that your statement is the same thing, politics and pretending. Right?
Great Serpent Keith.
What may I do for you? Ah, it was breathtaking. A true testament to the will of Jinan Varun and our faith in the Great Serpent. To have started from nothing and to have accomplished so much, I pray to the Serpent that we can someday reclaim all that we have lost. Indeed, Serac was my cousin. I know they were assigned to the Oracle, and Malabor relayed their final report sent by the station. They walk with the Great Serpent now. 87 souls reside with the Great Serpent now. Many were some of the finest scientific minds House Varun had to offer. They will be remembered alongside those we lost here in Dasra.
Mm, shame. Wonder how many were lost in Dazra. I only know the 87 number.
The Oracle's fate will be tabled for a future discussion. We have more important issues at hand. Serac was a respected scientist, dedicated to the Great Serpent. They spent every moment engrossed in their work, a true testament of faith. It was their greatest honor to be selected for the Oracle.
Okay.
Of course, I was outside the city, visiting a friend at his farm. We saw the flash of light from inside, and by the time we made it outside, you know, in that moment, I worried it was my fault. That I had somehow not been faithful enough, that I had not believed. I still find myself worrying that we are being punished, that we have affronted the Great Serpent in some way, and that this is our penance.
Mm, no.
Did you need something?
All right. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see what we got. Just let's. Now we can get to the city. We'll just check out, see what's in the city real quick.
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's them, yes. They're apparently looking for some help with their research. They made some kind of discovery that has them troubled.
Good luck finding help at a time like this.
Indeed. Yet the serpent provides for the faithful, so who knows?
Nothing is truly impossible.
All right. So, one thing I wanted to comment on this. Uh, I watched Co Carnage's playthrough, and one of the knocks that he had against the way Bethesda
Serpent
did
keeper.
things and the way things were done in Cyberpunk. One is in Cyberpunk, you would hear a conversation going on, and then they would talk about something, and then that would put the quest or make the quest available to you. So now you can like overhear something and then go and do something about it. Whereas with Starfield, a lot of the quests were pushed on you by the security guards, just outright just talking to you. Hey, Sergeant Yumi is looking for someone to do some work for him. And that was a knock against them. And so I think they listened and they started trying to do that more. I don't want anything.
Required aid. Antony Rada at the Halls of Healing may be able to assist you, if she can spare the supplies.
Okay, thank you. So I think they try to be a little bit more, cognizant of the fact that, yeah, it seems a little more believable. Seems more believable that you overhear a conversation, which would kick off a quest, rather than just people randomly just talking out to you and saying, "Hey, by the way, did you know, the bartender is looking for someone to help her?" Or, well, actually, that's not the way the quest starts. It's, I wish that bartender would stop bothering us. It's like, really, you don't know me, and you're gonna just start talking to me about how you wish the bartender would stop bothering you. The thing I'm doing right now is once you get deep into the city, or once you get into the city, there are certain things.
Seems the great serpent has chosen to spare us. But for how long? Harbinger?
See, and then when I was here before, they would say Vindicator.
Arbitrage.
So, yeah, depending on what you choose, dictates what your name is going to be. So I'm just coming in here looking around. I'm not going to steal anything unless it's, you see, like these things, I can't steal them, so I won't. Just close it before I get the urge to take something. But I'm trying to avoid some quests that are automatically kick off once you get into the area, right? So they
Always
just
something to put
automatically
aside.
boom start,
The
and
circumstances.
you kind of get roped into it and you can't get out of it. And you don't know if just ignoring them is going to keep the quest alive. So if you do want to come back and do it, um, one in particular is the duel. I don't know if I want to do that one just yet, even though I could lay down and go to sleep right here, apparently. Um, so I'm just looking around, seeing what this area looks like. It looks, yes, it doesn't look like any of the other areas that we've experienced so far. So it's very unique and it's very cool looking, right? Um, so for me, and I think this is where we'll leave it. So again, I had no problems myself with the randomly generated, the procedurally generated stuff. right? Yes, I did get DA Dragon Age 2 vibes with going to certain the listening posts and things like that because they were all basically the same. So, yeah, that was disappointing because it was like, couldn't you have figured out a way to randomize it a little bit more? And then that just made me wonder, well, was the whole set piece that built and stored, and then so whenever it plopped down, it would be that whole set piece instead of, could you not section it off more so that so you could have a possibility of 10, maybe 12 pieces there, and it would just randomly put together, six of them, right? So when you got somewhere, something would look kind of similar, but it would be matched with a different piece or a different sub piece that would make it different, right? Instead of boom, we got to this listening post or we got to this, uh, observation laboratory or whatever, and it's the same thing, right? I mean, and then randomize what enemies you're going to have inside. I think that was the only random piece. So that was disappointing. But like I said, all in all, the game has been nothing but fun for me, right? I haven't had any, besides this little quirkiness or bug thing that I'm actually self-inflicting on myself. Uh, yeah, that's kind of a redundancy there, but yeah. So I'm, except for my self-inflicted uh, issues, I haven't had any major issues, right? And then, like I said, right from the get-go, once it came out on PC, I could download, the script extender and then, use a couple of things. And the only thing I really did was the gameplay tweaks where I increased the ship's As a matter of fact, I can even go back to that and kind of be perfectly fine, right? One of the things it allowed you to do was changed, the increased ship. You could basically modify all the stats and everything. So how many different ships you can own. You can bring in a couple of mods to allow you to sit and add the ship to your fleet without having to take it over and fly it right then and there, right? Um, the outfits and stuff, no, you can't do anything about that. But the oh, what's it called, the immersive looter, yeah, you could you could just put in a code in the gameplay tweaks and say that the all basically all NPCs drop everything, so you would always get everything, right, instead of having to hit a little button to say, hey, yeah, drop everything off of this person. um so right off the bat I could do all that and there were no issues, and I really enjoyed that part. So no big deal there. The UC citizenship quest line is still my favorite quest line, and I just loved it. The characters, the NPCs. Um, do I put them up there on the same level as a Liara from Mass Effect? Well, it's a different company, so when you have to look at it, do I put him on the same level as Kate or Piper or Nick? I was never a big fan of Nick Valentine anyway, so there's no, I'm not trying to compare them, right? Do I think they are on that same level? I think they have that potential. I don't like Sam Coe, but then I just don't like Sam Coe, right? I don't like just don't like his character much, right? Barrett gets annoying after a while, but he's Barrett, and he's okay. Sarah, she can be annoying, but in most of my playthroughs, I end up romancing her anyway. And Drasia, in a couple of my playthroughs, I've romanced her, but she's interesting, right? She is interesting. She's an interesting character. The rest of them, Mateo and Walter and Vladimir and Noel, they could be fleshed out a little bit more, and you could do more with them if you. But no biggie. No, just and then, but I don't play the games for the companion characters, right? It's like, yeah, I'll figure out which one I want to romance, but am I like dead set on needing them to enhance my gameplay? No, not at all. Not at all. Um, Now, what if I will say what companion character has, you know, like captured me the most in any game that I've ever played? There's Liliana, right? I think I said her name right. Um, there's Morgan, right? And those were the original characters in the original Dragon Age. And, you're just thankful. And Cassandra, right? As a matter of fact, whenever I play Dragon Age, usually I try to make a character that can romance Cassandra, right? But in any of the other games, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. When I think of Baldur's Gate, right? Shadowheart is kind of annoying. So is oh, I can't remember the other female, right? And then Carlac or whatever her name is. I haven't really interacted with her enough to have an opinion one way. I don't like the vampire guy, and Will, he just seems kind of okay, you know. So no, I'm not. And then Gale, just again, I put him in the same boat as Asterion or whatever his name is. I don't really like them. They don't appeal to me at all. Um, yeah, I would never be friends with them in real life, so or with people like that. So yeah, no, they just don't appeal to me at all. Um, so again, it really depends on what you were expecting when you came into this. And then for me, this game really does capture a lot of the things that I like to do and play in a game. So my opinion of it is really it's based on what you like to do and what you're willing to put up with and accept and what your expectations are. And again, it's kind of, it meets my needs and it does everything I need it to do. And like I said, I've got 1,200 hours in it. I don't foresee myself not playing this game. I mean, when other games come out, I'll shift to that for a little bit, but I always come back to this one. And this will be a game that I will keep on playing, in my spare time and in my, on my own, for this foreseeable future. I love this game, and I'm just looking forward to what more mods can come out and be added to it, and then see if there's mods, if it gets to the same kind of level that some of the Skyrim and Fallout mods are, right? It takes a new mod pack for Fallout and Skyrim to get me back into the game, and usually I do for a little bit, to see what it's like, and then after a bit, I get tired of playing it because those games are on a bit of the dated side, you know. And no matter how much you add to it, the more you add to it, the more unstable they become, right? So I'm adding to instability by trying to make it look better, make it look fresher, make it look like it belongs today. And it's like, when you're playing a game, Skyrim, which is only 11 gigs in size, and then you're adding 100 to 200 gigs in mods. You know what I'm saying? After a bit, that's really, it becomes very unstable, and you just you start to wonder what what the why, right? Because I got to be in all honesty. I mean, it, the the normal Lydia and the different um companion characters that you would normally find in Skyrim, they're very limited, and it's the modded ones that are added in that add any kind of variety and any kind of fun to the game. So it's more like a lot of the things you hear or hear people complain about are the very same issues. And I think even Ko said this, it's the same. It was the same way when Fallout came out, right? When Fallout 4 came out, everybody complained about it, right? Because it went away from the same systems that, you know, they were using in Vegas, in New Vegas and Fallout 3. And, it wasn't what everybody thought it was going to be. It was buggy and unstable to start, right? And then as things got fixed and everything, it's kind of funny that every single Bethesda game requires a community pack, or a mod pack, a some sort of mod that comes in there, a patch, basically a community created patch or a mod created patch to fix all the bugs. And so you have to say at some point, when are you guys gonna, because when, yeah, why, why? And like I said, that goes back to complacency, right? You're relying on your community to fix all your issues as opposed to just making sure you do it yourself, right? And figuring out a way to not have those very same issues every single time, right? And then, how many iterations of Skyrim have come out? And they all come out with the same bugs. So it's like, hey, we're going to keep pushing it, every new additions at you, but we're not fixing any of the real bugs that, that have plagued us for years, unless we can incorporate some that have already, been fixed for us by modders, right? But you're still going to have some of the same bugs, and you're going to require a patch no matter what. So yeah. So my take on this is I give this game I say this game for me is awesome and it's my favorite game. Um but so I hate to say it, but it's like I almost want to say don't believe all the hype. A lot of the negative comments and things come across to me as kind of just, and I want to say the word I come up was disingenuous, right? There's a lot of people harping on the train, right? Let me get on this bus and just, basically, berate them just like everybody else. And then some people, I just think, had unrealistic expectations of the game, of this DLC. This DLC is not worth the $30. I have it because I bought the premium edition. And if I had not bought the premium edition, I would not have the DLC. So I couldn't figure out at first, how come I have this? Did I go out and buy it? And then I realized, oh, it comes with the premium edition. So there, that's why I have it. I'm glad that I bought the premium edition because I'd have been a little upset to pay $30 for this. And the reason I say that is because I put it, to me, it's almost like uncut content, right? So it's just the other faction quest, right? Quest line. And the only thing that it really did was, and then you could have done, and this could have been here at the start. This world could have been here at the start. You add in a planet, you know what I mean? And we haven't actually taken a look at the system that the planet is in. So this is the system, and but other than that, that's all you did. You just added in another system for me. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be about this, but couldn't modders add in another system? Because I know you've left it open so that modders can go in and just totally change a planet and everything and build something out completely, but then you make it so that they could make another system. So big whoop there. You haven't done anything extraordinary there. So you added in this planet here, and everything is pretty much based to this. If I'm not mistaken, is this a moon of that particular planet? So everything's based there. And, I am going to move around that particular zone that I landed in, but and then I don't know that if going to, you know, a different point on the planet, right now I don't see any other POIs on this planet. So that's all you did. Now, yes, it's all handcrafted and everything like that. But again, like I say, big whoop. Um, yeah. So, so is that worth $30? Only if you thought 100 people, only 100 people were going to buy it. Then you had to justify the cost of making it. But honestly, my price point would have been 9.99, maybe 12.99. I wouldn't have gone above 15. That's for certain. And I would have tried to keep it down at a reasonable price. Maybe a little bit more than what your most expensive creation is, right? So $7 for the uh, what's it called, the Trackers Alliance. So yeah, I'd go 15, 14.99, 15 at the most, but not 30. It's not worth 30. You know what I'm saying? Because all this could have been there at launch, right? And that's what it feels like. It's like one of those cut contents you just decided, boom. And then what you did is you went back in and added all the handcrafted pieces in to draw it out more, right? But I mean, I'm assuming Neon's handcrafted. I'm assuming Aquila's handcrafted. I'm assuming that New Atlantis, that's all handcrafted pieces right there. And these are pretty much on this place is pretty much on par with that. The difference would be is if all the points of interest around Dazra, right, around that area is handcrafted too and not randomly, you know, procedurally generated, then okay. But again, yeah. So there you have it. But I'm going to enjoy taking my character through this. One of the things I did say at the beginning, and this is it. For me, I'm very curious now. Once I go through with this, and then now I'm one of the chosen, how is that going to? Because I'm not curious about what happens with Andrasia as she goes through this, because I hear it's kind of a letdown, right? There's a few lines of dialogue, when she does comment on certain things, but it's kind of a letdown because, yeah, I would expect it way more out of her, way more, because she is more vocal than most. And so from what I've seen, yeah, it's kind of a letdown of bringing her through this. So I am kind of curious now to see, once I'm one of the anointed, right? How that changes my dialogue options with her when we finally meet up, right? That's the part that I'm more curious about now, because that should change, right? And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting at that point, because now, as I go through this, I'm a UC citizen and I'm a member of the House of Varun. So that should change up a lot of dialogue stuff going forward. So that's what I'm more curious about. Okay, guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I will try to bring more of this to you as I go along. And um, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining in, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.